How's it hanging, YouTube? This is King of Feral Imps, and today I have a deck profile of, hey, Dino Rabbits. Well, actually, this isn't so much of a deck profile. Honestly, if anything, it's closer to a deck theory, because this is an idea that I'm trying out. I have not taken it to a locals yet, but I have been testing it out, and it's kind of been working fairly well. What I call this is not exactly Dino Rabbit, but more Grave Rabbit, or Fossil Rabbit, I guess you can call it. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So of course, there is the one Rescue Rabbit that is allowed, and then along with that are the vanillas of 3 Cabazols and 3 Sabersaurus. Pretty basic. Summon Rescue Rabbit, banish it, summon 2 of these, and then Xyz summon into Logia or Dolka. That's the basic of Dino Rabbits, and that's the basic of this deck. So along with it, while I was thinking about this deck and theorizing about it, technically you're only ever going to get 2 Capazols out at once, so you have a third useless one, or same with Sabersaurus. So I am using 2 Kage Tokage to kind of combo with, I guess, a third one, and to kind of make Xyz monsters. Also helps that if you draw 1 Capazols or 1 Sabersaurus along with a Kage, you can go straight for a Lavolval Chain and use Lavolval Chain to top deck the rabbit or to send it to the graveyard, because in this deck you want to send rabbit to the graveyard. You'll see. So that's it for the rank 4 engine, I guess. Then for the rank 3 engine is of course the 1 tour guide. Sadly, it's limited, and then 3 of the Scarm to search it out, and of course has a target. A lot of the times, you basically just send Graph to Grave and then you can search out your tour guide. That's your only way. The thing is, I still want to play a rank 3 engine because, Leviar is good and it's a thing to recycle Rabbit. I guess there are other rank 3 engines, but I still kind of, I don't know, I'm clinging to tour guide a lot, even though it's only at 1. Like I said, this is kind of technically a deck theory. This is what I'm trying out. Let me know what you think. But anyway, yeah, rank 3 engine, make Leviar. And then the important part, I guess, is the 3 mathematicians or math magicians, or the old guy that ditches. Of course, like I said, in this deck, which I'm working on and that you've never heard of, you're going to want to send Rabbit to the graveyard. Why? Because you can special summon him from the graveyard. He does have the unique effect that you cannot summon him from the deck, but you can sure send him from the deck to the graveyard and then special summon him from the graveyard. And that's the point of this deck. That's our way of searching out Rabbit. And of course, Mathematician does give you an extra draw if he's destroyed, and he can help with rank 3s and the Leviar and everything. But that's basically the point. You're going to be using him to ditch Rabbit. And that's it for monsters. Now for spells is 1 Soul Charge. Of course, summon Mathematician, ditch Rabbit, Soul Charge Rabbit back, most likely be on your first turn. Make a Logia, and then protect it with your back row. 1 Book of Moon, it's pretty useful. 1 Foolish Burial, of course, because in this stupid crazy deck you're going to be sending your Rabbit. You can also use it to send a Scarm, and then during your end phase you can search for a tour guide, so that's good. That's all for 1 ofs. Then for 2 ofs is 2 Forbidden Lands, of course, to protect your Logia or your Dolka once you finally bring it out. Kind of old school with the Dino Rabbit, but it's working out. Like I said, this deck still needs a lot of testing. And then lastly is 3 MST, because I still feel like you still kind of need 3 MST, or at least I'm still haven't shifted to where we need 2. I'm still getting there. And actually I lied, there's more spells. 3 Upstart Goblins, mostly because I found I wanted to draw into things, of course, because that's good. If you happen to draw into the Rescue Rabbit, then that's even better. You don't have to ditch it. But you can also draw into your other resources. That's all for spells. Now for traps. 1 Solemn Warning, 1 Bottomless, 1 Compulse, 1 Ring of Destruction, 1 Vanity's Emptiness. That doesn't really fit anywhere. But anyway, these are the 5 1-of traps. I'm not using Crush Card Virus, even though I do have a target in Tour Guide and Scarm. But you could try it out. It could work, but I just kind of, I don't know, I kind of don't like that that your opponent does get the choice to destroy what they want. But, you know, it definitely really can help in some situations. I'm rambling. These are the 1-ofs that I'm playing. Might try Crush Card in the future. For 2-ofs, 2-dimensional prisons and 2 Fiendish Chains. You know, only using 2 Fiendish Chains because we do play Dolka, and Dolka's a good monster effect negator. And, you know, he gets stuff, more than stuff that's just on the field, but Fiendish Chain also helps for preventing attacks and everything. And then lastly is the 3 Call of the Haunted, plus the 1 Oasis of Dragon Souls, because like I said, we're going to be ditching Rabbit from the deck, and then special summoning him from the grave. And that's the basic part, but also it does help because you can also special your dinos and then recycle them for more rank 4 Xyz monsters. So that helps. And you can also bring back any Xyz monster you have that's big and beefy, and you know, it helps. And that's all for main deck. I will say, I was thinking about Escape from the Dark Dimension as a way to bring back Rabbit as opposed to Leviair. But the only thing is, you're only going to be banishing Rabbit and nothing else. So I kind of wouldn't want to devote anything from the main deck to bringing him back, and just leave it to the extra deck. Speaking of the extra deck, I'm not going to show a full extra deck, but really all you'll need, Logia, Dolka, Lavalval Chain, Leviair. Of course, Logia and Dolka because you're going to be using the Cabalzols and the Sabersaurus to make these and, you know, stun your opponent and hurt them and everything. Like I said, Lavalval Chain, with the Kage Tokages you can make him, and he can help you go right ahead and top deck the Rabbit, or go ahead and ditch it right there if you can summon it that turn. And then the Leviair to recycle the Rabbit and bring it back. And yeah, these are the basic. This is the basics of the extra deck. Of course, play any other rank 4s or rank 3s that you have, but since this is, I guess, technically a deck theory episode, this is all you need for now. So anyway, that is it for this deck profile. I guess, like I said, I wouldn't exactly call it a deck profile. I think of it more as maybe a deck theory episode, because this is something, just something crazy that I'm trying out at the moment, because Rabbit and Tour Guide are still at, well, Rabbit's still at 1 and Tour Guide is back to 1. But anyway, it's an interesting idea that I thought up, and I don't know, it could be, for me it's working out pretty well. Sometimes you can just draw very well, and you can go for really crazy plays with Rabbit. Of course, you know, like I said, with Rabbit at 1, I felt that this was one of the best ways to search him out. Just ditch him to the grave and bring him back. For that reason, I call it Grave Rabbit or Fossil Rabbit, because dinos and whatever. Yeah. But anyway, the main reason I'm posting this is because I want your suggestions. I really need help developing this idea and trying to fine-tune it. If you have any ideas for this deck, please comment below and let me know what they are, and if you want to try this deck out yourself, go right ahead and tell me your results. So far, this is doing well. It's kind of a tier 3-ish, about maybe even less than that, but it's a solid deck nonetheless, because it's basically just Dino Rabbit, just modified to try and get the Rabbit out quicker. So if you enjoyed the content, remember to subscribe. Also leave a like and a comment to show your support. This has been King of Feral Imps, and have a nice day.